everyone, it is Jen, the founder of Team Set It Off. I'm so excited that you're tuning into this. First off, congratulations on becoming a coach, whether you're a couple days in or you're finally deciding to, do something with the business. I really hope that this presentation will really help give you a clear and concise idea and plan on how to make this work. But I can't ever tell you enough how much I love the fact that either you're my personally sponsored coach or you're one of my personally sponsored coaches, whatever the case is. We're fam bam. We are united in this fight together to help make people's lives and our lives more happy, healthy, and fulfilling. So without further ado, I am going to hopefully let this thing play. Okay, so Team Set It Off, getting started right. So first things first, these are just some bullet points that I want to talk over, and then we'll talk a little bit more about specifics. But the coolest thing about being a Beachbody coach is that you have control over how slow or fast you take this business. And so I'm giving you a lot of resources, so please don't feel overwhelmed. It's kind of like if you were to start the first day of college and they gave you all your materials for the 4 years, you'd be like, oh my God, like I don't even know where to start. So I'm just giving you a basis of some resources to utilize and to do it at your own pace. But just know that you are never alone in this journey. And so whether if I'm your upline or you have someone else that's your upline, we're always here to help you. So here's the first thing. tbbcoach411.com/new coach. Hi, I can't read. But this is a great place to poke in, and that's where we get our live updates every month. There's really great articles to learn about what challenge packs are on sale, and that's just a really great place to start and be up to date with the most recent news. Another thing that you should know is that you are a part of one of the biggest organizations in Beachbody. We have about 400,000 coaches, and we are a part of Platinum Presenters, started by Christine Dwyer. And don't worry, there's not going to be a quiz on everybody's name, but essentially what you should know is that Christine Dwyer, is our organizational leader, and then she signed up a myriad of coaches, about 150,000 coaches, so we're a big chunk of the network. And so they have their own personal website, platinumpresenters.com. What I would suggest, because the more tools you have, the better, I think, they have specific trainings there that you can plug into. So I would just go to that website and sign up for a login. They just need to make sure it's very simple and straightforward. So if you need help with it, just let me know. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but they do have a Platinum Presenters University that can take you through a 14-day quick start. They have boot camps that go on. So just, if you're curious, go check it out. If you want more information on my end, then ask me. The other really great tool to utilize is the new coach training in your online office. So hopefully you've been inside your online office, and you get to that by going to www.teambeachbody.com. You log into your account. If you hover over the coach tab, it has your coach online office, and you can click that, and then ta-da, you'll be overwhelmed, overstimulated with a bunch of information. But things that are important on that little front page, you should know your coach ID. And then if you go up to the top, there's a bunch of stuff. I mean, this is just my suggestion, is to spend 5 minutes a day just kind of like checking out what's in the back office. But if you are like, take me straight to the point, I need some training, then just hover over the training tab, and then you can, there's a tab that you can quickly get to the getting started portion, and it'll give you a few documents and things to review so that you can start to fill up your knowledge bank with what and the how and all that stuff. Listen to me though. You don't have to know everything to be a great coach. I will tell you, when I finally decided to whip my ass into shape and take this coaching thing seriously, there were things that I knew, but there were a lot of things that I didn't know. And so don't freak yourself out. Don't be a perfectionist. Anything you need to know, you can find out. And when you're in your Coach Online office, there's a tab at the very bottom that says FAQ. You can even just Google Team Beachbody Coach FAQ, and it'll give you this great website that think of it as like the coaching Google website. You can type anything about Shakeology, how to cancel Shakeology, how to, what program is, what does it entail, how much is it, what's the coaching link, all that kind of stuff. So your Coach Island office is a plethora of knowledge, and I really hope you will utilize it. Don't be scared of it. Just take it in bite-sized pieces, and you'll do great. Hopefully by this time, you've been added to our Team Set It Off Facebook group, as well as your own personal uplines group. And that way, it's just a really awesome place to build community, make some new friends, celebrate your successes. If you talk to a person about doing your challenge group, that's something you can share. If you have goals and you want to say them out loud and you want some support and people to cheer you on, right? Or your own personal health and fitness journey, it's basically a safe environment where we get it. We are one and the same. It's just like if you have a full-time job, those people at your job, they get it. They speak your language. They know your struggles. They know your triumphs. And we are all in the trenches together. So definitely be a part of our Facebook group. I do announcements for Super Saturdays, our team calls, just fun little things. I celebrate, if I can remember, I'm doing my best, but if I know it's somebody's birthday or somebody gets engaged, like it's kind of like an end all be all. Like we rally together and make it really fun. So speaking of team calls, we do have a team call. I host mine on Mondays at 6:30. And so the structure that we're starting to follow is that every other team call, we are going to either have me or a guest speaker on, and then the in-between team calls will be a live power hour where we can work together on your business. And then the other one will be a coach opportunity call, so that if you have anybody that's interested in the coaching opportunity, but you're not quite sure how to take it to the next level, then you can invite them to this call and we'll kind of do the hard work for you. The last two things, so your website. So you come equipped with a Beachbody website. You come equipped with 3 of them, in fact. But let's just talk about the one that's the most important, and it's your www.beachbodycoach.com/ and then your username. So whatever username you made up when you signed up as a coach, that's the one that is going to be your URL. You can change your username whenever you like, because when I got married, I changed my username. So for example, mine's beachbodycoach.com/ Jen Ernsberger. That'll take you to a website that Beachbody is made for you, and that's a way that your customers can sign up for you to be their free coach without purchasing anything. It's a way for them to purchase products through you, and also a way for you to sign up coaches. Now, this, I'll be quite honest, and you'll see this in the next bullet point, that I don't really use that website too often. If somebody happens to stumble upon it, great. But if I'm talking to somebody, and it's good to have that website there too, out in the open, just because some people don't talk to you and they just want to go to your website. So, I mean, I'm not saying never to give it out, but it's not what I necessarily lead with. I lead with these 2 helpful tools for enrolling people, either as me as their free coach or through products. And I use the TBB Coach mobile app. So if you type that into Google, the Team Beachbody Coach mobile app, or TBB, you can abbreviate it if you like. That'll pop up. I mean, you can do it on your phone. You can even do it on your desktop. And that is the quickest way you can generate a checkout email for anybody that's ready to sign up with Shakeology or Shakeology in a challenge pack. Now, if somebody just wants to buy just a fitness program, or they want just the Shakeology super sampler, things like that, like one-off stuff, simplecoachlinks.com is amazing. They have a link for pretty much everything that we offer. You just need to know your coach ID. So remember when I told you when you went into your coach online office, right there at the top, it's like one of the first things, and it says your coach ID. You should write that down. In fact, I'm going to sidetrack you for a second and say that you should get a designated Beachbody notebook, and that should be like in your front cover. Like in your front cover should be your coach ID so you never forget it. Okay, all right, take a breath, right? Okay, let's move on to the next slide. So hopefully you have scheduled a call with your upline, or if I'm your upline, you've scheduled a call with me, or if not, let's schedule a call. But something that, because I can tell you the hows and the whats and all of that kind of stuff, but unless you really tap into the why, none of it will matter. And I say this from experience because I was a Beachbody coach for five years, count them, 5 years before I actually took this business seriously. And why is that? It's because I didn't have a strong enough why. I didn't know that this opportunity could hold so much value and change my life for the better until I really tapped into this why. And it's something that, I'm not asking you to think of it right this second, but it is something that you should start exploring. And this is like the coolest part about being a coach, is that you get to dream again. Like when you were a kid and they asked you, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you're like, I was like, I want to be an astronomer. What? Who's an astronomer? Are those things even real? Anyways, I digress. But you get to dream bigger, and like, what do you want to do with your life? Because most of us are just like going through the daily grind, just trying to pay bills, just trying to survive. When we know deep down inside, when someone asks us, hey, how are you doing? And you're like, oh, I'm okay. Like there's something missing, because most of us are not living to our full potential. I'm not saying Beachbody is your life, but Beachbody, this opportunity can give you life to the things that are important to you. So is getting out of debt important to you, being your own boss, being able to pay for your college tuition, to be able to take vacations, to be able to buy a new car, to be able to help your parents out. The possibilities are endless. I understand the basis of being a Beachbody coach is that you want to help people. Shoot. Let's be real. If you don't want to help people, then you can get out, because I don't want you on this team. Because that is like the intrinsic, that just goes without saying. That's like brushing your teeth, in my opinion. If you don't want to help people, then this is like the wrong business for you. So it is what it is. That's our all common ground, paying it forward, helping people. That's what gives me life. But what's going to keep me going when I get told no 10 times in a row? When I'm so freaking tired and I'd rather just hang out with my husband and watch TV, or I'd rather skip my workout, or I'd rather just eat like shit, or, all those things, aka life, the stuff that happens to us, we've got to have something that draws even deeper than the surface. It's got to be, it's like the iceberg. It's like you can say, "Ooh, I want to help people," but there's something deeper underneath that. Same thing with like our weight loss. When I ask people, "Oh, well, why are you interested in my challenge group?" And they go, "Oh, I just want to lose some weight." Cool. Okay. Why is losing weight important to you? There is no right or wrong answer. This isn't Miss America where it's like, I want peace on earth and find a cure for cancer. Like, I'm not looking for a why from you that other people can applaud your why. Oh, that's so great. Like, it can be totally selfish. I don't care what it is, but it's got to be that driving force. It's going to make you push through the hard times. Because I will tell you right now, I'm going to keep it real, keep it trill, and tell you that this is like the behind the scenes of being a coach can really test you and make it, like most people, that's why they stop coaching, because you face a lot of rejection, and you've got to have something that you can tap into. It's going to keep you pushing even when it seems like it's not going to happen for you. So just think about it. If you need ideas or videos to help you kind of think more deeper about your why, email me. If you've thought about it and you have something that you're kind of going off of, email me it. I might challenge you and ask you some more questions and get you deeper to really what's going to hit home. And, you know, it's that idea, you know, I have a coach on our team that Kelly, if you guys that don't know Kelly, she's amazing. But Kelly ended up being a single mom of 3 kids. And before that, she was like a single mom with just 1 child, you know, before she had her other 2. And, you know, if you're a mom, you understand, like, hell or high water, I'm putting food on this table. Hell or high water, I'm making something happen because I have something that is so important to me. Why is so strong. It's like if you were in a tall skyscraper and or wait, hold on, I'm gonna back this up. It's like this example from the compound effect. I'm just gonna drive the why power home. If I put a plank of wood down and I said, hey, will you walk across this plank of wood? You'd be like, okay, sure, I don't know. But if I were like, oh, hey, would you walk across this plank of wood for 20 bucks? You'd probably say, yeah, sure, you're dumb, give me your 20 bucks. If I took that same plank of wood and put it between 2 buildings and asked you to cross it for 20 bucks, what would you say? Hell no. No, you're crazy. But if that other building was on fire and the person that you love the most is going to burn before your eyes and collapse to the ground, whoever that is for you, and I said 20 bucks if you go and save their life, would you do it? I mean, you'd be like, forget the 20 bucks, you go and do it. And, you know, it's the same scenario. I'm asking you to do something, but your why changes. So just something to think about, and something that I mean, it's very, very important. It deserves at least 10 or 15 minutes of your time. Creating vision boards, writing down your goals, and really just meditating and thinking about what you want out of life. So anyways, I could go on and on and on about that subject, but I'm gonna move on. Okay, so you are a coach, and there are a few different things that you should know about being a coach. And so when you sign up, you are an active coach. Let me back that up. You should be an active coach if you signed up either with a challenge pack or Shakeology. And to be an active coach, you have to have 50 personal volume points. And if you're like, what is personal volume? Everything that Beachbody offers, if you go to the shop portion off of teambeachbody.com, you'll notice that every single item has a point value system, so personal volume. And the volume points are typically like dollar for point on most things. On some things, it's not. Excuse me. But so that's how volume points work. And so when you sign up, you are a coach as long as you've made a purchase and you're active. Now you have a couple ways of earning money with the coaching opportunity. You have number 1, which everyone's going to start off with, are simply retail sales. You get 25% commission on anything anybody purchases through you. And so the really cool thing is that if you bought a challenge pack, if you help 3 people or 2 or 3 people get started on their fitness journeys, then you end up getting your investment back, which is really cool. But, you know, with retail sales, you've got to grind a little bit, and there's only so much that you can make through retail sales. I mean, trust me, I have friends that make really great retail sales, and they make, you know, decent money, and it's nice little pocket cash, and it pays for your own Shakeology and everything like that. But if you have bigger dreams of, you know, being able to pay off some debt, or to be able to have a savings, or hey, you could even live the life like me and be in your workout clothes for 12 hours and be your own boss. You know, you're going to have to understand something called team cycle bonuses. And that's the real money. That's the money that's going to help you be able to do less and earn more. And, you know, I'm not saying that you shouldn't continually help people. We'll talk about that other portion there with Success Club. But team cycle bonuses are right now, as I film this, they are giving me most of my paycheck, and they're allowing me to be able to start almost replacing the income that I was making as a payroll administrator. So it's really, really exciting stuff, and it's not that complicated. So in order to activate, to give you the keys to your business, to unlock Emerald Rank, you just simply need to sign 2 coaches underneath you. And it's very simple. There's one side and another side. It's called your right leg and your left leg. And that's where your coaches will go. Once you hit Emerald, we'll talk more and more about the details of that, but just know that if you have 2 coaches that are active, so they have at least 50 personal volume points. So if you're on Shakeology Home Direct, you're good, you're golden. They even have an active status guarantee, so that, like, let's say if someone buys something off of you and then they return it, if you're on Shakeology Home Direct, you are guaranteed active status. So just something to keep in the front file for later. So the Emerald is definitely a really cool goal to have, because it will allow you to, that when you unlock Emerald and you hit Success Club, which I'll talk about in just a hot second, Beachbody will actually give you customers. And then if you hit another tier of Success Club, then Beachbody will actually give you the commissions of customers that they're giving you. So if somebody orders like a program on the infomercial, they get assigned a coach, and those are dispersed to Emerald coaches that are hitting Success Club 5. If you hit Success Club 10, then they give you people that have actually purchased off of the website, but they don't have a coach. So you could get the commissions right then and there. The difference between the two is that they're just giving you somebody that's like ordered something off the infomercial. You don't get the commission right then, but if they order something in the future, you do. So it's very unique, really cool that they give you free customers as you start to grow your business. And another thing with Emerald Rank, this is what we suggest. I mean, most of the top coaches suggest this, and I also suggest this as well, and it's something that I've done myself, is that in order to get to Emerald Rank, most people will sign up their spouse or significant other, or a family member, or like a close friend, or just somebody that's close to you. And if you want more information, but we can talk about it as you get closer, if you're really pushing towards Emerald. There's not a timeline on this by any means, but I definitely think that's like one of the first goals you should have for yourself as a Beachbody coach. So let's talk about Success Club. So basically what Success Club means is that if you help someone get started on Shakeology Home Direct, the Shakeology Performance line, Beachbody Performance line, so all the supplements, the supplement stack, or you help someone get started on the Shakeology and Fitness program, aka a challenge pack, then you get points based off of that. So you get 1 point for a Shakeology Home Direct or a Beachbody Performance stack, and you get 2 points for a challenge pack for either a customer or you sign up a new coach and they order a challenge pack. And so as you can see, if you got to Emerald Rank and you had 2 of your close friends or your significant other and a family member sign up, so that they can get the most bang for their buck, because I like to think of it like this. If you want to think of it this way, it's kind of like a Costco membership for your friends and family, so that they can try these products, and if they like them, if they're going to have a second shipment of them, then they can get it for 25% off, which is kind of cool. So those are just basically benchmarks that if there's anything that you decide to commit to and you want to see success in your business, Success Club is it. You ask any of the top Beachbody coaches, Success Club is so, so, so important and vital to your business. It's a benchmark. It's a way for you to know, hey, am I actually helping people? Am I actually moving myself forward? And there are really cool incentives to hit Success Club. They have incentives. So I already told you about the free customers. if you hit Success Club within your first 30 days of signing up as a coach, you get a call with the CEO of Beachbody, Carl Deichler. He does those calls live every single month. And I mean, you will feel so pumped up if you listen to this guy. I mean, he is like the best motivational speaker. I'm really excited. I get to go and see him speak live this weekend. So you'll get a free call with him. If you hit Success Club in your first 3 months as a coach consecutively, you want me to put this in layman's terms, it basically means if you help 3 or 4 people get started on a challenge pack, then you would be able to qualify for something called Success Starters. And Success Starters, it allows you to get a free ticket to Beachbody Summit. And this year in 2016, it's going to be held in Nashville, which is really cool. And it's basically I can't even describe it. Like, we have quarterly events called Super Saturdays, and it's a time for all of us coaches in the local area to get together, get face-to-face time, hear transformation stories, learn personal development, learn how to be a better coach, get access to new product information, and just basically become inspired and be like, yeah, and have like a pep rally. Summit is like that on steroids. Like, it's insane. I've been to one myself, and it was totally worth it. It was the most fun I've ever had. I met so many people, and I learned so much when I was there, and it helped my business grow immensely. It's my biggest paycheck that I had up until that point when I went to Summit. So anyways, I digress. Other incentives for Success Club, they have monthly giveaways. So last month, if we hit Success Club, we got a Sagi bobblehead. This month, if you hit it, we have a free call with Jen Sincero from the book You Are a Badass, one of my favorite books ever. So they'll do cool things like free personal development. One time they sent me 2 books for free. I've gotten Beachbodyopoly. You can get like free t-shirts. Like, it just depends whatever that incentive is for that month for you to hit Success Club, aka help at least 3 or 4 or 5 people. The big one, the big kahuna, the reason for the season is they have this big trip called the Success Club trip. And so next year they are going to be going to, I can't even say the word. I don't know where it is exactly, but I know it's somewhere tropical. But every point that you get, it's like free dollars to earn your trip to this tropical, amazing place that I can't think of the name right now. It's like Cancun or something like that, but it's not like that. It's like some Spanish word that I can't say. But anyways, just know that you will be rewarded handsomely if you commit yourself to helping 3 people a month. And I even do, and probably your upline does, special giveaways and incentives for you to hit Success Club, because it's a really big deal. And it feels very, very gratifying. So those are 2 big things, 2 big verbs that you should know as far as being a Beachbody coach. So now that we've covered that, let's talk about a little bit about the details. So you kind of, you have the gist of what a Beachbody coach is and the things that, are important in starting your own training. But I'm a big believer in taking action now. There's a saying that, you jump off the ledge and you find your wings on the way down. So the first things first is announcement time. It's time to announce you as a Beachbody coach. And if you signed up, I know you're excited. It's a big freaking deal when people sign up as coaches. It's not like, oh, whatever, I'm signing up as a coach. It's a big deal. You're doing this for whatever reason you've decided, and especially if you've decided that you're going to put it all out there, let it all hang out, and you want to help some people, it's time to announce you as such. So be proud of your journey. I'm telling you, you don't have to have big weight loss to have an inspiring journey. It could be, what we're looking for when you do your own coach announcement is that you're letting your friends, your family know that you are officially a Beachbody coach. and you can give them a little like sneak peek into your why and tell a little bit about your story. Oh, hey, I've decided to become a Beachbody coach because I used to be really active when I was younger. I was an athlete, and then, after school ended, I've always, kind of yo-yoed with my weight, and I haven't really found something that's stuck. And now I found these programs that I can do at home, and I can, I've been able to stick to my goals. I feel so much better, and I'm looking to help 5 people get started with their own health and fitness journeys like I did. Just something like that. Like, have a call to action at the end of your story. Give something relatable too. Facts tell and stories sell, y'all. I'm just saying, people, think about it. If I'm your upline, or whoever is your upline, they're your upline for a reason. You felt a connection to that person. So don't think that you don't have any power in your story, even if you're like, oh, I only lost like 5 pounds, or oh, it's not that exciting. Like, yes, it is. Yes, it is, because someone is going to relate to that story. Because there are a lot of people in this world, and you don't have to lose 150 pounds to be inspiring. Okay, so do that, put it out there. I would recommend, as a picture, you can use like a before and after, or just a really nice photo of yourself, or take a photo with like your challenge pack or whatever. Be tasteful about it, but oh my God, for the love of everything holy, please do not use stock photos. Don't use a photo that says Beachbody Coach. Like, oh my God, just use something that's personalized to you. Remember what I told you. Facts tell, stories sell. Stock photos are not you. They're really cheesy. They're gross. I don't like them. If I see you using them, I'm going to spank you. Like, stop it. So with that out of the way, once you do your coach announcement, you want to plan for your first challenge group. So maybe these will go in conjunction. I want you to think about these, because you can, even in your coach announcement, give an announcement for your first challenge group. Oh, hey. So you can do your first challenge group by yourself, or you can like do it with me or another coach on our team, or your upline, or whatever. But I really think that you should take out a calendar and plan ahead on when you want to do your challenge group. If I could give you some advice, I would say 3 to 4 weeks out. 3 to 4 weeks out. You don't want to play, like, you don't want it to be Friday today and you want your challenge group to start on Monday, because number one, people need time to make a decision, and number two, it takes like a week for their challenge pack to get there. So you want to give yourself enough time to have these conversations, to let them happen organically, and to be able to give yourself enough time. So with your first challenge group, you want to share your results, or have a moment of honesty. Maybe you are signing up as a coach right now and you don't have really like a progress story or like your results to share. So tell people why you became a Beachbody coach and like what you're hoping to do. And if you do have your own results, oh my gosh, I really hope you have some fat pictures. I really hope you have some before photos. And then a photo of you now. You don't have to be half naked. You can do it like, a photo that maybe you felt really self-conscious, and now a photo of yourself where you feel like, hey, I'm banging. Hey, girl, hey. But again, no stock photos, no prices, no stock photos, no prices, no stock photos, no prices. I'm going to keep saying it until it's ingrained in your head. Okay? So once you figure all of that out, when you figure out your announcement post, pick a time that people are going to see it. From my experience, people are normally on social media at nighttime. So whatever your time zone is, between 7 to 9 o'clock, people are usually on their news feed because they're winding down from the day. Posting it at 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. or like times of the day when most people aren't looking at their Facebook because they're at work or they're busy or whatever. Weekends, like Friday nights, like right now I'm filming this on Friday night, not a good time to post it. Saturdays, not a good time to post it. Sunday nights, ding, 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 that's a good time to post it because everybody's coming back from their weekend. So if you need help figuring out a good time to post your announcement, just hook up with your upline or hook up with me, post in our Facebook group and ask, and you shall receive, okay? All right, so now that you've announced yourself, now what? What do you do now? So I broke it down into 4 categories, and I hope this helps. So take notes, Please don't feel overwhelmed. Pause this if you need to. Write down some notes of your own. But this is essentially, I want to tell you first things first. There are systems. I'm not pulling this out of my ass. These are proven systems. The Beachbody and the top coaches have collaborated. I personally use this system multiple times. I started using it when I first became like a serious coach, and I thought it was so freaking cheesy to go off a script or have like a system that I was following, but I'm telling you, it works. It works. So it's not broken. Don't try to fix it. Just try it for yourself. Okay? Deal? Awesome. Okay, so invites. So you've made your announcement. So you're either going to have people that comment or like the photo and they're like, oh yeah, like tell me more, or I want more information, or my favorite, how much does it cost? Never tell them the price. That is the last thing you tell them, because that's what you're going to want to do. Trust me, I've done it. When someone's interested, you want to work on everything and anything that you know. But trust me, remember what I told you, facts tell, stories sell. And what do people like to talk about most? Themselves. So back it up. You're the driver in this conversation, baby. So you parallel park that thing and you take it in a different direction. So if someone said, hey, I'm interested, or hey, how much does this cost? Go, oh my gosh, great, awesome. I'm so glad you're interested in my group. If you don't mind, I want to ask you a few questions to make sure, this is a good fit for you. So can you start off by telling me why you're interested in this group? And then you can start a conversation from there. If they ask you about the price, say, hey, I'm glad you're interested in my group. I can definitely tell you about the price. It really depends on what you're looking for. So would you mind if I asked you a few questions to find out what your goals are? And then say, why are you interested? Or something along those lines, okay? So those are the first people you're gonna work with. The next people you're gonna work with are the people that like the photo that you know are not Beachbody coaches. And you can start a casual conversation and be like, hey, I noticed you liked my photo. Or do you have any current health or fitness goals that you're looking to achieve? Is there anything I can help you with? And people will either go yes or no, or they'll pretend they didn't see your message. So you have a big basis of people to work with. I will tell you personally, there is nothing like the novelty of being something for the first time. You're going to have people coming out of the woodworks. You're going to have a lot to work with. So enjoy this season. Novelty is like the coolest thing ever. Don't ever underestimate it. Okay? So then let's say you do already have people in the back of your mind that you're like, oh man, I really want them in my challenge group. I'm going to call these people your ride or die. These are the people that you're going to, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it's essentially the verbiage of this is going to go, hey, so-and-so, I recently became a Beachbody coach, and your opinion is really important to me, and I want an unbiased opinion on whether or not these products work. Would you be interested in doing a challenge group with me? And just angle it like that. Like be real with them. Be like, yo, I want to know if these products work. I want to know an unbiased opinion. And so you can reach out to your ride or dies. Optional is, sorry, I'm playing with my necklace. That's rude. Optional is to create a Facebook event. So if you want more information on creating a Facebook event, holler at your girl right here. I can totally help you out with that. But for the sake of time, I'm going to move on to conversations. So like I said, there is a system. There are resources that I will post in our Team Set It Off group, but there's questionnaires. There's a 5-step invitation process. But what you need to know is you need to ask a lot of questions. A lot of questions. Get below the surface. I already kind of talked about this before, but when someone says they want to lose weight, there's something more underneath that. And remember, we are creatures of emotion, and you know this better than anybody else, that when you feel emotion towards something, you don't care, right? Like money is not an issue. Time is not an issue. Like if it's important, you'll find a way. And the more that you can hold a mirror up to somebody and have them say out loud to the things that they've been repressing in themselves, then the better that you will be able to have some traction. You'll have something to work off of. the way I like to think of it is you want to date them before you propose. You wouldn't just walk up to somebody and be like, hey, you want to marry me? Hey, you want to marry me? Hey, you want to marry me? Or, things like, just think of it like that. Like you're dating them. You're getting to know each other. You're getting, this step is so freaking crucial before you give them any information on any Beachbody programs. Take an interest to them. Okay. Once you have enough information from them and you feel like, oh, hey, all right, I've got a few different things that I could, offer as recommendations, follow your 5-step invitation process the first time, I would say. Like it's not broken, so don't fix it. So follow that, but don't be afraid. Like once you've got enough information and you feel like, hey, okay, either they need the 21-day fix, or they might be good for PIO, or they might be good for Insanity Max 30, like whatever you come up with, have a few options and be like, okay, great, awesome. When I asked you all these questions, it was just to get a better understanding of what I could recommend for you. So I have a few programs in mind for you. If I sent you some links, would you have 10 minutes to watch them? And it's the if I would you, and you'll learn more about that. But I told you there's a system and it's cool. There's a script that you can follow, but don't be afraid to ask for the invite. Don't be afraid to be like, all right, somebody seems like they're ready to go. Be like, awesome. Seems like you're ready to go. So the next step would be to get you enrolled with a challenge pack, so all I need to know is like what flavor of Shakeology you want to start off with. If you know what program they want, and enroll them using the mobile app. And you can even, this is something we'll talk about a little bit later too, is that you can either have them sign up as a coach right away so that they can take advantage of the discount in the future, or just a regular challenge pack and they'll start off as a customer. I'm sorry I'm kind of rushing through this, but I want to get through all this content. So I'm just trying to give you the gist. So if you have any questions, you let me know. But after you ask for the hard invite, then there's a few different options. Either they're going to say yes, best case scenario. Most are going to maybe not respond to you. And then some will give you an objection. And usually the objections are time, money, commitment, Shakeology. And so when you're faced with objections, don't freak out. It has nothing to do with you. I know, because I feel anxiety every time I'm told no, and I'm getting over that slowly but surely. But just know that, like, it's the same principle that if you were at a restaurant and a waitress came by and asked you if you wanted a cup of coffee and you said no, and then she started bursting into tears and being like, why don't you like me? Like, they don't take it personally, nor should you. There's usually some underlying cause for that no. For me, when anybody ever tells me no or gives me an objection, it just means no, not right now. And you have an opportunity to practice feel, felt, found. And if you've ever been a consultant or a salesperson before, you already know this, but essentially what you do is go, I totally know how you feel. I felt the same way too. Shakeology is really expensive. I'm on a tight budget. But what I have found is that when I break down the cost to $4.33 a day, I found that I was using that like getting lunch on the go or getting a coffee on the go, just really random things or snacks during like the week or the day that I could replace with Shakeology. Does that sound like something, you would be interested in doing? Just having that conversation, and it's going to feel like, unless you've done this before, it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel really mechanical, but the more times you do it, the better you will get. I pinky promise. But when someone gives you an objection, don't freak out. Don't run away. Just ask more questions and don't take it personally. This is the biggest thing, and we'll talk about this in a few slides down, but tracking. So when you get somebody, I would really hope, remember how I told you have a notebook or either maybe like an Excel spreadsheet where you keep track of everybody that you talk to. Definitely have a special place for those people that told you no. And ask for a follow-up. Ask them, hey, it's that's a bummer. That's not going to work out this time. I run these new groups monthly. Would you mind if I followed up with you for the next one? Simple, easy peasy. Close the conversation and keep it going, and don't ghost this person just because they said no. Then you're an icky salesperson if you just ghost them after the fact. But Yeah, definitely. There are so many different routes of people. I had so many people tell me no initially, and then they come back around. So never give up and always track. Organizing time management. Hey, what'd you know? I was talking about tracking, and now we're going to talk about it here. So like I said, tracking in an Excel spreadsheet. If you need an example, let me know. I have one that I've been using, or a notebook. You can go old school, pen and paper, but you don't just be winging this. I definitely track who you're talking to, do it monthly. Start your business on the right foot. Don't start it like how I started it. I'm like so unorganized, and I wish someone would have been like, Jen, just get a freaking notebook, put them down in there. Ask in our Facebook group. There are a ton of ladies in there that are really good at organization, and you're going to find, what makes sense for you and how you learn best and how you retain best. So it's just something that I want you to be aware of, that you should have an organization system. Now, as far as time management, I know some of you go to school full time, some of you work, some of you, have kids, whatever your time constraints. I mean, all of us are always busy. We never have enough time. I started this when I was working full time and teaching classes and doing master training. So what you'll find, similar to the Shakeology analogy that I just did, as far as you're not, adding to your budget, you're just replacing, money that you're already spending with Shakeology. Same thing with your time. You're not going to add more time. You're not going to, add more time to your day, because we all only have 24 hours, but you're going to replace certain times or make it work. If it's a priority, you can fit in these times. So instead of zoning out and watching TV for an hour, work on your business for an hour. Or if you only have 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the afternoon, do a little bit. Something every day is way more effective than doing something every once in a while. So we have our daily actions every single day, the 3 vital behaviors of being a Beachbody coach. Those are inviting, being proof the products work, and personal development. So in your daily activities, I really recommend you get a hard copy book of something, or sign up for audible.com and start plugging into your, I call it happiness training. This is going to keep your mind in a really safe space so that you can crush your goals. This is the missing component. If you want to know why most people quit coaching, or they just quit actively coaching, it's this. It's personal development. It's so, so important. I'm reading The Slight Edge right now, and it makes me feel like a freaking superhuman every time I read it. I've been reading a chapter every morning. So definitely commit yourself to your personal development. Oh my gosh. The reason for the season, your workouts and your Shakeology, non-negotiable every single day, unless it's your rest day. And then the inviting. So the PH that I put down here for the bullet point is, this is checking into your challenge groups, whether you're just a participant or you're running your own, checking into our coaching group, starting 3 non-Beachbody related conversations. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in the next slide. Inviting 2 people to your challenge group. So people that hopefully you've already had a conversation with, you already have some rapport, you're inviting them to your next challenge group. Adding 2 new friends into your social network. So, on Facebook, they have the people you may know. Definitely check it out. Make sure, you can add Beachbody coaches, no doubt. I highly recommend it. I think, we're a powerful community of different types of people, different kind of personalities. My success partner, the person that I check in with on a daily, as far as what I'm doing with my Beachbody business, is somebody from a different organization. So, definitely you can add Beachbody coaches, but I'm talking about those people that you went to school with, used to work with, like, oh, wow, I haven't heard from Sally Ju so in like a really long time, and you add them as a friend. Or you are in a group that, like, for me, I'm in a makeup group right now, and there's a couple girls that we all connected, and so we added each other as friends. So whatever mutual interest, you can find friends that way. Your power hour is also a time that you can plan your social media posts, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. But just know, as far as time management, you are your own boss. I'm not your boss. Your upline's not your boss. This is totally a leader effort. You get to decide. That's the coolest part. You're the CEO. You're like the franchise owner of a Subway. The franchise owner of a Subway gets to decide, how much product they order, how much time they spend in training their employees, what specials they're going to run, what type of promotions, that kind of stuff. And the same things with your coaching business. You get to decide how much or little you are going to invest your time into your business. But I'm telling you, and it's one of the last slides I talk about, the slight edge is a real thing. And if you do the little tiny actions every single day, they are going to compound over time. And if you vow to be here a year from now and give your effort every single day, I will pinky promise you that you will see results. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay, Kay? All right, let's move on. Social media, ta-da! So here's the nitty-gritty on this. Pick a platform that you want to be dedicated to. If you're on a few different ones, pick like the top two that you really like. For me, it's Instagram and it is Facebook. Identify your hot times. What do I mean by hot times? I mean when people are looking at your stuff. Have you noticed when you post, certain posts at certain times get more traction than posts that you do at 2 a.m.? Do you notice when you post pictures with text, you get more engagement versus just a text? And that's speaking specifically to Facebook, but you can even identify it as like if you have a job that you go to, or there's a certain time you wake up in the morning, that's your first post. And then you can do something around lunchtime. And then most people, depending on your market or whoever you're trying to target, everyone's usually on social media at nighttime. Because, right, everyone's like glued, like they have a phone like glued to their freaking face. So identify your hot times. And then identify what your brand is, okay? You're not a Beachbody coach. You are. Believe me, you are a Beachbody coach, but you're you. You have special things that only you have. Like for me, I'm a fitness instructor. I'm a wife. I have a dachshund. I like to keep it real. Like I don't know. I'm bad. This is a bad example of my brand, but basically, the brand that I've built for myself is just, I wanted to seem like somebody that is very transparent, relatable, somebody that is openly shares their struggles, somebody that's known as being fun and quirky. I definitely want people to know that I'm married and that I have a dog, because those are like the two most important things in my life. But if you're a mother, if you have a really cool hobby of like photography, or if you're a graphic designer, or whatever your brand is, those are things that are unique just to you. So put on a piece of paper, this is my homework for you, on a piece of paper, line it down the middle, write down Beachbody Coach, and then write down your name on two sides. Now on the Beachbody Coach side, write down everything that comes to mind about a Beachbody coach. Somebody that works out, somebody that pays attention to nutrition, somebody that likes to help people, right? We all have these core value things in mind for coaching, but really what's going to help people connect to you are those things that you write on the other side that are unique to you only. Unique to you only, okay? And then last thing, and we're kind of just touching on the bare minimum, but I just want you to be aware of this, posting quality content. So creating attention-grabbing images. Think about what makes you stop your scroll when you're on your news feed, or when you're on Instagram, or like when you're on Pinterest. What are things that catch your eye? There's a ton of apps, especially on our phone. Like I'm trying to grab my phone like it's here, it's over there. But there's a ton of apps that you can utilize to make your pictures pop. We have people like on our team, like Carrie, who's a graphic designer, who knows what looks good and doesn't look good. So, as we progress as a team, we'll have specialty trainings on this. But I want you to start thinking intentionally with your social media, and not just being like, there was this funny photo of this cat, I'm going to post it on my wall. Those are cool every once in a while, like sharing videos and stuff like that. But you have a business, and your business is on your social media. You are a reflection of what you post. So make it true to yourself. Be authentic. I'm not telling you to be super polished and professional, because that's something that like, I hate that. I don't want that. Like, that's not something I want to be known for. But some people really do like being polished and clean and professional. And so like, just figure out what, like, again, what your brand is and what you're kind of targeting. And I'm going to say this again, no stock photos. Oh my gosh, if I see you post a stock photo after you watch this, I'm going to find you and shake you and delete it. No stock photos. People want to see you. They don't want to see Autumn Calabrese or Shalene Johnson. They want to see you. Selfie galores, that's what I said. So selfies. You know, you may think like, oh my God, I'm at the park with my kids. No one gives a shit about this right now. Yes, they do. People care. You know, like, we're so voyeuristic nowadays. Like, I mean, like, we just scroll on Facebook and we want to know what people are doing. Like, it's crazy. So trust me on this. Take selfies. Have, you know, maybe your makeup's looking right one day and the lighting's coming good from outside. Like, take a few selfies and like save them. You can save photos for a later time to use. And most importantly, just be open. Share your life. Add some value. Tell people what you're doing. If you did your workout, post a photo of your workout. If you are working on a cool project for like your knitting, like, share that. Like, dude, if you made a cool meal, share that. Like, these are just things that I know if you're not already letting it like all hang out, it's going to feel really weird, because I know people are like, I don't want people to know about my business. Well, guess what? Then if you don't want people to know about your business, then they're not going to know anything about you. So then why would they trust you with their health and fitness journey if they have no idea what you're about? Okay? All right. I feel like I'm yelling at this computer right now. I'm sorry. So let's move on. Networking, aka talking to new people. So do you remember like 2 slides ago? I wonder if I can go back. The 2 slides. So it said inviting 2 people. Or wait, no, just kidding. Starting 3 non-Beachbody combos. This is what I'm talking about. We are in the business of people. I'm going to say that again. We are in the business of people and relationships. I'm sure that if you are on social media for any given time, I'm sure someone's invited you or added you to a damn mascara group or sent you a random message of somebody you're going to talk to in like 10 years and they want you to, like, I don't know, use a rap or like, whatever, you know, like the weird shit that you don't like. Yeah, we're not in the business of that. We're in the business of relationships and getting to know people and reconnecting and rekindling relationships that were important to us in the past, or maybe, even people that were acquaintances in high school or whatever. The fact is that you know a lot of people, you just don't know it yet. And this is the thing too that I told you before, that facts tell, stories sell. We like people who like us. Why did you become a coach with your upline or me? There's a reason you connect to me or your upline for one specific reason or another. It's because you trust us. And so how do you build trust? You let people know that you like them as a freaking person and they're not just a dollar sign to you, right? So how to start a conversation, things to talk about. We call this forming. You talk about people's family. You talk about their occupation, you talk about what they like to do fun, you know, you just ask a lot of questions. And so for some of you, this is like, whatever. For people like me, this is like pulling teeth, because I was always super shy and I didn't know how to ask really good questions. So, start conversations. And this is how I would say, like, if you have a goal to talk to 3 new people today that you haven't talked to in a long time, you can go based off what you've been posting on your social media, who's liked your photo. You can send them a message. If, maybe it's somebody you went to high school with, maybe it's somebody you used to work with, used to be neighbors, whatever. And these are generally how I start my conversations. I say, hey, Carrie, you crossed my mind the other day. I was just thinking back about our times when we used to turbo kick together in Vision Quest. What's new with you? Something simple, something that like, disarms the conversation rather than being like, hey, Carrie, did you know that I'm a Beachbody coach and this month the 21-day fix is on sale for $140 and I know we used to work out together and I know you were trying to lose some weight. So do you think you'd be interested? Do you think I'd get a response back? I mean, maybe, but most likely not. Most people are not, that's the equivalent of like walking up to somebody at the bar and they're drunk and they're going to be like, yeah, sure. Like that like doesn't normally happen. So, or you can be scrolling your news feed and you see somebody, they've come back from vacation, they had a baby, you saw cool photos of their trip. I just said vacation and trip, whatever, something, whatever they posted a funny meme. You go on their profile, you see what they've been up to, and you can go, hey, Heather, oh my gosh, I saw that you recently went to Michigan. That's really cool. Like, how was your trip? How was everything with you? Long time no talk. Like just something normal, just, oh my God, please just be normal. Okay. I think we can handle that. I think none of us want to be the slimy salesperson. So just, when you have that goal of talking to 3 new people a day, that's all this is. It's just starting a conversation. So when you're in your power hour and you're starting 3 new conversations, and then those of them that have seen the conversation have said something back, you can put it in that time to follow up with them and keep the conversation going. Sure, some conversations go straight into the ground because some people don't know how to elaborate, and you say, hey, what's new with you? And they'll go, nothing. What's new with you? Like it's like pulling teeth to talk to some people. So it is what it is, but just know you're in the business of relationships. So don't be the slimy salesperson. Don't be the person, adding people to your freaking group without them knowing. Just be real, be authentic, be you. Lastly, I think this is the last slide, right? Yep, this is the last slide. So this is what I'm going to end with, and I'm going to stop this big screen share. Hold on. Woo. This is what I'm going to end with, folks. Oh my gosh, you couldn't see me half the time. Sorry. I couldn't see myself while I was doing that presentation. But the thing that I want you to know, I gave you a lot of information, so please don't feel overwhelmed, but I hope this gives you the confidence in knowing that you can ask pretty much any question, and one of us on the team is going to have an answer for you. You are never alone in this journey. The thing about getting started, the hardest part is just taking the first step. I am currently reading, I told you, The Slight Edge, and I'm learning this concept of the things that are easy to do are also easy not to do. So it's easy. It's easy to talk to 3 new people. It's easy to do your own workouts. It's easy to read 10 pages a day of a good book or listen to an audio for 15 minutes while you're getting ready in the morning, right? It's also easy not to do it. No consequences, right? Just like it's easy to, eat a salad, it's also easy to eat a cheeseburger. And you don't wake up the next day and you like are 50 pounds heavier, right? Just like the same thing when you take a puff of a cigarette, that, you don't wake up tomorrow with one of those throat hole thingies, right? Like that's just not the way it works. But when you understand that the little tiny actions you do every day, it's a slight edge, man. It's the slight edge. It's the compound effect. Those things add up every single day. And you're either moving towards success and your goals, or you're either going down to failure. Do you see this? So understanding, like this is what it says. What's uncomfortable early becomes comfortable later. So talking to people, posting on your social media, establishing a power hour, like those are all things that are probably not going to feel very natural initially, but they will get better. Just like the girl that you watch before you right now that can't stop talking for almost probably 45, 50 minutes. I used to be scared shitless to talk to people. Like I was the kid like shaking during a speech during class, like the kid that like always sat by themselves because they had no friends. I'm telling you, what is uncomfortable will become comfortable later. And I know you understand this concept, right? So on the flip side, what is comfortable early, so comfortable not doing all those things, becomes comfortable on later. And that's why some of us find us 50 pounds heavier. That's why some of us find us divorced, broke, sad, depressed, all of that, right? Like, or not in the position in your life where you want to be. It didn't happen overnight, y'all. It happened gradually over time. So understanding that principle that the things that you do are either going to move you closer or move you further away. And I promise you, if you stick with it, if you make personal development a priority, if you make it a priority to communicate to our team, to be there, to be on the team calls, to make this a priority, it's going to start feeling more natural. It's going to feel second nature. For some of you that are my coaches now that have been in my challenge groups for like 3 or 4 months, like it has become normal to be in a challenge group, has it not? It's become normal to post every day in our challenge group. It's like, it feels weird if we didn't do it. But like I said, it's what's easy to do is also easy not to do. So it's either, I'm telling you, it's either the pain of discipline or it's the pain of regret, and you get to choose. You get to choose which one you want to feel. So just have patience, have consistency, and everything else will fall into place. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you'll take this opportunity and you will run with it. I thank you immensely for taking the time to watch this video and take notes. I should have said that at the beginning, but I really hope you took some notes. And if you had any questions, you wrote them down, because we are here. I'm ready to run with you if you're ready to run, because I take this seriously. This is my lifeline. This, like I said, Beachbody is not my life. It has given me life. I'm wearing a Beachbody Live beanie. And they've also given me hats. But anyways, I digress. I really hope you understand the immense gift that you've been given with this opportunity. It can become anything and everything that you have been wanting. So with that being said, Jen out. I hope you have a fantastic day. And yeah, thanks for watching this. Bye.